Good morning, class. Today we will study about the permutation and combination. So, firstly, we will see what is factorial. Factorial notation. Continued product of first n natural numbers is called factorial n. Continued product of first n natural number is called factorial n. It is denoted as factorial n, this symbol or like this. So what is factorial? Factorial is the continued product of first n natural number is called factorial n. In place of n, suppose 5 is there, then continued product of first 5 natural number will be factorial 5. So factorial n is defined as 1 into 2, 3, 4 up to n minus 1 into n like this. Factorial n is the continued product of first n natural number. We can write it in the reverse order like this: n into n minus 1, n minus 2, 3 to 1. If we take n outside, then from n minus 1 to 3 to 1, it can be written factorial n minus 1. If n and n minus 1 both we can take outside, then n minus 2 to 3 to 1, it will be factorial n minus 2. So this is the definition of factorial n. We can see example. Suppose we have to find the value of factorial 5 plus factorial 3. So how we can write factorial 5? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, and factorial 3 into 2 into 1. Multiplied 5 4 are 20, 20 into 3, 60 into 2, 120, and 3 2 are 6, 126. We can see one more case. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 into 10. 5 into 6 into 7 into 8 into 9 into 10. We have to represent it in factorial notation. How we can write it in factorial notation? So multiplication starts from 5, 6, 7, 8, not from 1 to 3. So we will multiply it by 1 into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And also divide it 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. Multiply it by 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, so that it will be the continued product of first 10 natural number, and also divide 1 2 into 3 into 4. So numerator will be factorial 10 and denominator will be factorial 4. In this way we can express it in the factorial notation. Next topic is Suppose we have to simplify factorial n upon n minus 2. How we can simplify it? If we take n outside and n minus 1 outside from this factorial, we will get here n minus 2. This is also n minus 2. So divide by n minus 2. This part cancel. Answer will be n into n minus 1. Factorial of negative integers and fractions are not defined. Factorial of negative integers and fractions are not defined. Factorial is defined for only whole numbers. Factorial 0. Factorial 0 also has no sense. Factorial 0 has no sense, but it is represented. Factorial 0 is equal to 1. We take factorial 0 value is 1. Next topic is fundamental principle of counting. Next topic is fundamental principle of counting. Fundamental principle of counting gives the base of permutation and combination. So there are two fundamental principles of counting. First one, multiplication principle of counting, and second one, addition principle of counting. Fundamental principle of counting. There are two fundamental principles of counting: multiplication principle of counting and addition principle of counting. See what is multiplication principle and addition principle. So here definition: if an event can occur in n different ways, if an event can occur in n different ways, and if when it is occurred, it has occurred another event can occur in n different ways, if an event can occur in n different way, and if when it has occurred by any one way, then another event can occur in n different ways, then both the events can occur in m into n ways. This is the multiplication principle of counting. If an event can occur in n different ways, and if the first event has occurred by any one of these ways, then another event can occur in n different ways, then both the event can occur in m into n ways. Both the event can occur into m into n ways. And what is addition principle of counting? If an event can occur in m ways and another event can occur in n different ways, then either of the event can occur in m plus n ways. See what is difference between both. Here it is written both the event can occur in m cross n ways. Here either of the event can occur in m plus n ways. Either of the event, not both. But here both the event can occur in m into n ways. So we will take one example to make the difference between both. So let us take one example. See one example. In a class, there are 6 boys and 4 girls. In a class, there are 6 boys and 4 girls. In how many ways? In how many ways a teacher can choose a boy and a girl to represent the class in a function? Question is, in a class there are 6 boys and 4 girls. In how many ways a teacher can choose a boy and a girl to represent the class in a function? He has to choose both a boy and a girl. And second part, in how many ways a teacher can choose either of the student to perform the class in a function. See what is difference between both the problem. Here in a class there are 6 boys and 4 girls. Same problem for the addition principle. In how many ways a teacher can choose a boy and a girl? Teacher will select a boy and a girl. But here teacher can choose either of the students, means either boy or a girl, to perform the class in a function. So here both boys and girls are selected by the teacher. So how many boys are there? 6 boys. So boy can be chosen by 6 ways. A girl can be chosen by 4 ways. Both can be chosen by m into n ways, means 6 into 4 ways. So a boy can be chosen by 6 ways and a girl can be chosen by 4 ways. Both boy and girls can be chosen by 6 into 4 means 24 ways. Here we will use the multiplication principle of counting because both we have to select. Teacher will select both a boy and a girl to perform the class in a function. So boy can be selected in 6 ways, girl can be selected in 4 ways, both can be selected by 6 into 4, 24 ways. But here either of the students means either one boy or one girl. So what will be here? Either a boy or a girl can be chosen in 10 or 6 plus 4 means 10 ways. Either a boy or a girl can be chosen in 6 plus 4, 10 ways. Because only one teacher will select only one, either a boy or a girl. But here he has to select both a boy and a girl. So here we will apply the multiplication principle of counting. In the second part we will use addition principle of counting. Let us see one more problem based on multiplication principle of counting. See one question. A student has 5 shirts, 3 pants and 2 pair of shoes. In how many ways he can dress himself? A student has 5 shirts, 3 pants and 2 pair of shoes. In how many ways he can dress himself? So what will be solution? A shirt can be chosen in 5 ways. There are 5 shirts, 5 options are there, so any one shirt he can choose. So a shirt can be chosen in 5 ways. A pant can be chosen. There are 3 pants. So he can choose a pant in 3 ways. A pair of shoes can be chosen in 2 ways. So what is the total number of ways to choose shirt, pant and a pair of shoes? So therefore total number of ways he can dress himself. 5 into 3 into 2. 5 into 3, 15 into 2, 30. 30 ways. So he can dress himself in 30 different ways. So in this type of problems, we will use multiplication principle of counting. You can see one more example. Suppose there are 2 places A and B. From A to B, from A to B, there are three options. B1, B2, B3. There are three buses to go from A to B. But for return journey, only there are two buses are available, C1 and C2. From A to B, he has three options, B1, B2, B3 buses to go from A to B, and in the returning he has only two options, C1 and C2 to return from B to A. In how many total ways a man can complete his journey? So he can go from A to B by three ways, and in the return journey he can do it by two ways. So total 6 ways. So total in 6 ways he can complete his journey. So in this way we can apply the fundamental principle of counting in the problem. Now see permutation. Permutation. What is permutation? All the arrangements which can be made by taking some or all the objects together is called permutation. All the possible arrangements that can be done by taking some or all the objects together are called permutations. See the definition. All the possible arrangement that can be done by taking some means few objects or all the objects together are called permutations. Each arrangement is called permutations. Here in the permutations, order of the object is counted. In the permutation, order of the objects is counted. In the permutation, order of the objects is counted. If we change the order of the object, we will get new permutation. See one example. Suppose there are three objects A, B and C. There are three objects A, B and C, and we have to make the arrangement of any two objects taken together. There are three objects total. We have to take two objects together and we have to make the arrangements. So how many possible arrangements are there? By taking two objects at a time. So taking two objects together, what will be possible arrangements? Possible arrangements will be AB. We can take these two AB. Change the order. So we will get new permutation BA. Now take BC, B and C. Again change the order. So CB. Take AC. Change the order. So it will be CA. So total number of permutation is 6 here. I have taken here two objects together at a time. Then total number of arrangement is 6. Means total number of permutation is 6. We can take all the three objects together. Then how we can make the arrangement? ABC, ABC, ACB, BCA, CAB. Like this we can make the arrangement. So total permutation is 6 here. Here order, if we change the order of the objects, we will get new permutation. That's why in the permutation order of the object is counted. Now write one theorem of permutation. One theorem on permutation. Number of permutations of n different objects number of permutations of n different objects taken or objects together at a time is number of permutations of n different objects taken or objects together. Total objects is n. We have to take all objects at a time. Then how many possible arrangement we can make? So number of permutations of n different objects taken or objects together at a time is, we write it, is expressed as NPR. N means total objects, P denotes the permutation, R means we have to take all objects at a time. NPR, or like this we can express it. So what is the value of NPR? NPR is denoted as n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1. In the factorial notation, it is written factorial n upon n minus r. So this much arrangements are possible. So if total objects n, we have to take r objects together at a time, then how many arrangements are possible? It can be expressed as NPR. And NPR value will be n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1. In the factorial notation, we write it factorial n upon factorial n minus r. What will be value of r? From 1 to n, value of r will be less or equal to, see how we can prove it. So taking all objects together at a time, we have to make the number of arrangement out of n different objects is the same as r vacant places can be filled by n different objects. So number of arrangements made by taking all objects together from n different objects. So how many arrangements are possible? It is the same as r vacant places are filled by n different objects. So how we can fill r vacant places by n different objects? So this is the first place, second, third place, fourth place, like this. And this is the rth place. So in how many ways we can fill it? So first place, first place can be filled by n ways because total objects is n. We have n options here, so any one object we can put at the first place. So first place can be filled by n ways. Now one object is filled here at the first place, so remaining number of objects will be n minus 1. So second place is filled by n minus 1 ways. Now two objects are filled here, remaining object will be n minus 2. So third place will be filled by n minus 2 ways. Similarly, in how many ways we can fill the rth place? So here third place n minus 2, second place n minus 1, means 1 less than 3, 1 less than 2. So rth place will be filled by n minus r minus 1 ways. Okay. So by the multiplication principle of counting, what will be total number of ways? So first place can be filled by n ways. Second place can be filled in n minus 1 ways. Third place can be filled in n minus 2 ways. Similarly, rth place can be filled by n minus r minus 1, means n minus r plus 1 way. So therefore total number of ways what will be total number of ways? We will apply here multiplication principle of counting. So total number of ways will be n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 and at last n minus r plus 1. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 up to n minus r plus 1. And this total number of ways is represented as NPR. So NPR is equal to n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1. So if there are n different objects and we have to take all objects together at a time, so how many arrangements we can make? We can make n into n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on n minus r plus 1 arrangement. Now we can express it in the factorial notation. See how we can express this product in the factorial notation. So NPR is equal to, here n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1 is there. So write n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1. Multiply it by, what will be 1 less from n minus r plus 1? N minus r. N minus r minus 1 and 3 to 1. Similarly, divide n minus r minus 1 and 3 to 1. So multiply it by n minus r minus 1 up to 3 to 1 and divide it also. Then what is the numerator? Numerator is the continued product of n natural numbers. We will write it factorial n. And this is also n minus r minus 1 up to 3 to 1 continued product. So we can write it n minus r. So NPR can be expressed in the factorial form, factorial n upon factorial n minus r. What will be NP0? NP0 means we will not take any objects to make the permutation. So it can be done by only one way. So NP0 value is 1. NP0 means number of arrangements taking no objects. So it can be done by only one way. So it will be NP0. So what will be NP0 put here? Factorial n upon n minus r is 0. R is, so it will be factorial n upon factorial n, cancel 1. NP0 value is 1. Okay. And what is NPN? See what will be NPN. Taking all the objects together, how many arrangements we can make. So see here, what is NPR? N into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1. So in place of r, we have to put n. Put r is equal to n minus 1, n minus 2. Here in place of r, we will put n plus 1. Minus n plus n, cancel. So n into n minus 1, n minus 2 up to 1. So it is continued product of n natural numbers. So n, and it is denoted as factorial n. So npn is equal to factorial n. np0 is equal to 1. And see from here, what will be npn? npn is factorial n upon factorial n minus n. npn value we have found here factorial n upon factorial 0. So what will be factorial 0? Factorial n by factorial n. Cross multiply factorial 0 into factorial n is equal to factorial n. Factorial 0 will be factorial n upon factorial n. So it is cancelled one time. So we represent factorial 0 is equal to 1. Factorial 0 is equal to 1. np0 is equal to 1. And npn is equal to factorial n. Now we will discuss some problem based on permutations. Here I have taken some questions based on permutation. Find n if n plus 1 p3 is equal to n p4. So how we will find the value of n? N plus 1 p3. It is written as factorial n plus 1 upon n plus 1 minus 3. npr is factorial n upon n minus r. So n plus 1 minus 3. Right side factorial n upon n minus 4. np4 is there. So factorial n plus 1, take n plus 1 outside, then we will get inside factorial n. And this one n minus 2 is equal to factorial n upon factorial n minus 4. Factorial n we can cancel. N plus 1, take n minus 2 outside and n minus 3. We will write n minus 4 is equal to 1 upon n minus 4. N minus 4, n minus 4. Cross multiply. N plus 1 is equal to n minus 2, n minus 3. Open this bracket. When we will multiply these two brackets, it will come n square minus 5n plus 6 is equal to n plus 1. Transpose all the terms right side. N square minus 5n transpose n, it will be minus 6n, and plus 6 transpose 1, 6 minus 1, 5. is equal to 0. Now factorize it by splitting the middle term. n square 5 1 ja 5, 5 plus 1 6, minus 5n minus n plus 5 is 0. n is common, n minus 5 minus 1 common, n minus 5 is equal to 0. So n minus 5 common in both and n minus 1 is equal to 0. So we will get two values of n. n is equal to 5 and n is equal to 1. But we cannot take n is equal to 1. We have to take n is equal to 5. n is equal to 1 is not possible. Why? If n will be 1, so 1p4 is not possible. Value of r always less than n. So n cannot be less than r. So only we have to take n is equal to 5. See second one. Second, how many 3-digit numbers can be formed by using the digit 1 to 9 if no digit is repeated? In the second part, digits can be repeated. See second question. How many digits are? Digits are from 1, 2, 3 to 9. We have to make 3 digits number. 3 digits number means we have to fill 3 places: unit place, tens place, 100 place. Unit place, tens place and 100 place. So total number of digit 9. Unit place can be filled by 9 ways. Then tens place 8 ways. 100 place 7 ways. So therefore total 3-digit number will be 7 into 8 into 9. 9 8 is 72, 7 2 is 14, 504. So total number of 3-digit number will be 504, which can be made by using the digit 1 to 9. Or we can also write it total digits 9. We have to take 3 digits to make the numbers. So out of 9 digits, 3 digits can be chosen by 9p 3 ways. Out of 9 digits, 3 digits can be chosen by 9p 3 ways. So what is 9p 3 value? Factorial 9 upon 9 minus 3. Factorial 9 we can write 9 into 8 into 7 outside, then inside will be factorial 6. 9 minus 3 6, 6 6 cancel. When we will multiply it, we will get 504. So there are 9 digits. We have to take 3 digits. So we can choose it by 9p3 ways. And 9p3 value is this one. Or you can do by this. First place, unit place can be filled by any one of the digits. Total digit 9. So 9 ways. After filling first place, we will fill the second, tens place. It can be done by 8 ways, because one digit already used here. Then 100 place can be filled by 7 ways. See second condition, digits can be repeated. Second part, if digits is repeated. So if digit is repeated, then every place is filled by 9 ways. First place 9 ways. Digit is repeated, so second place also by 9 ways. Third place also by 9 ways. So total number of 3 digits, it will be 9 into 9 into 9 by multiplication principle of counting. 9 9 is 81 into 9. 729 numbers we can make if digits are repeated. So when the digits repeated, then every place is filled by 9 ways. There are 9 digits, so every place can be filled by 9 ways. Now see question number 3. Question number 3. In how many ways can 4 boys and 3 girls be seated in a row so that no 2 girls sit together? No girls sit together. No 2 girls sit together. It means girls will sit in between the boys. It is possible only when if girls will sit in between the boys. So how many boys are there? So firstly we will arrange the boys. B1, B2, B3, B4. These 4 boys will sit first. In between the boys, girls will sit in between the boys. So cross position, at the cross position girl will sit. So at first 4 boys can sit by factorial 4 ways. 4 boys can be sit. B1, B2, B3, 4 boys can sit by factorial 4 ways. At the cross position, girls will sit. So how many cross positions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 cross positions at which girls will sit. And how many girls are there? 3 girls are there. So 3 girls can sit by 5C3, 5P3 ways. 3 girls can sit by 5P3 ways. 5 vacant places are here, and we girls are only 3. So out of 5 places, 3 girls can sit by 5P3 way, and 4 boys can be arranged in factorial 4 ways. So therefore, total number of ways of sitting, it will be factorial 4 into 5p3. Factorial 4, 4 into 3 into 2, 24. And 5p3, factorial 5, 5 minus 3. So 24, we can write it 5 into 4 into 3 by factorial 2. 5 minus 3, 2. So we can cancel it. 24, 5 4 ja 20 into 3, 60. Multiply 1440 sitting arrangements are possible, in which no 2 girls will sit together. It means girls will sit between the boys. So firstly we have to arrange the boys. There are 4 boys. 4 boys can be arranged in factorial 4 ways. At the cross position, girls will sit. 5 cross positions are there. So 3 girls will sit in 5p3 ways. Total sitting arrangement factorial 4 into 5p3. After simplification, we are getting 1440 ways. So I have taken few questions here based on permutations. Now we will see restricted permutation. See permutations under restrictions. Permutation under restriction. There are two theorems. Number of permutations of n distinct objects. Distinct object means different objects. Number of permutations of n distinct objects when a particular object is not taken in any arrangement. Means we have to not take a particular objects in any arrangement. So we have to remove that objects from the total objects. Then total object will be how much? N minus 1. Particular object is removed from the total. So n minus 1 objects is remaining. Out of n minus 1 objects, we have to take r objects together. So, and it can be done by n minus 1 p r. Number of permutation of the n distinct objects when a particular object is taken in any arrangement is n minus 1 p r. Here we have to take the arrangement of r objects. R is not written here. Next, number of permutations of n distinct object when a particular object is always included in every arrangement. Particular object is always included. Again, we will put that particular object at r different places. That particular object can be put at first place, second place, third place, and rth place. So, particular object can be placed in r ways, and remaining objects n minus 1. Out of n minus 1, we have to take r minus 1 objects together. It can be done by n minus 1 p r minus 1. So total arrangement will be r into n minus 1 p r minus 1. Particular objects can be placed at any place, can be placed at any place out of r places. Particular objects can be placed at any place out of r place, means at first place, second place, third place, r place, which can be done by r ways, and remaining r minus 1 objects out of n minus 1 objects can be arranged by n minus 1 p r minus 1 ways. After putting the particular place, it can be done by r ways. Remaining r minus 1 objects can be arranged, r minus 1 object out of n minus 1 can be arranged by n minus 1 p r minus 1 ways. So therefore, total number of ways, it will be r into n minus 1 p r minus 1. So second will be r into n minus 1 p r minus 1. So these are restricted permutation. Some restrictions is there. Restriction means particular object is taken in every arrangement. In the first case, particular object is not taken in any arrangement. So we have discussed some problems and also about the permutations. I hope that it is clear to you. Try to do some questions yourself. Next we will discuss in the next video.